Several others hurt in 6 overnight shootings. I'm Kyle Inskeep. Coming up, what police are saying about each of these investigations.
A school loses a child, leaving his mother terrified, where a neighbor eventually found that young boy and what the school says went wrong.
Labor Day, it's coming up faster than you think, and for many families, it's your last chance to get away this summer. We're going to look at some last-minute deals as Fox 59 News 6 starts right now.
From Indiana's #1 news source, this is Fox 59 Morning News.
An active live Guardian radar this morning. We are tracking some rain and storms headed out our way. You can see that a little bit from the corner there, kind of closer to your
little spots of activity
head.
right here north of the metro.
Yeah. Good Friday morning to all of you at 6 a.m. I'm Kristen Kane.
And I'm Ray Cortopassi, and for Scott today here, the good news, there's no fog this morning. But you will need maybe the umbrella as you head out the door a little bit later.
Yeah, on already humid, Jim. So what do we have in store for today and the weekend?
Hey guys, a couple things to point out this morning. The radar has certainly turned off in the terms of rainfall from what we had about an hour ago. So the radar not as active as it was an hour ago. Still some patchy fog. We'll have much more on that. And more on that cool down in the 7-day in a few minutes. Let's get an update in traffic right now with Brittany Rainey.
I'm really excited about that cool down because we're going to get a taste of fall for a couple of days. Break from all the heat and humidity and even some sunshine. Jim has all of that coming up. But this morning we are looking at pretty great conditions out there on the roadway so far.
All right, at 6:02 right now, breaking news just into our newsroom. The violence continues in central Indiana. Another person is shot, this time in Madison County. Police were called to 9276 West Dockside Circle just in the last half hour. We do have a crew headed to the scene. We'll bring you an update just as soon as we get more information.
That in Madison County. We've got new information this morning on the other breaking news we've been following in Indianapolis. One person killed, several others hurt in 6 shootings in Indianapolis from the east side to the west side, and it all happened in less than 5 hours.
Yeah, now Metro Police are telling us a father is charged with killing his son in just one of those shootings.
And Kyle Inskeep joins us now live from Speedway where one of those shootings happened. Kyle?
Hey, good morning. I just spoke with an officer out here at the Speedway Flats apartment complex. Investigators remain out here on the scene gathering evidence. You can actually see there is some crime scene tape up behind me blocking people from entering this apartment building here. That's where investigators say they found the person that was shot here. Another person was also found injured here, but investigators say not because of a gun. And here's a look at video from 2 other shootings from overnight. One of these was on the east side, which left a man in critical condition, and then the other happened on the northeast side. The person shot there also in critical condition this morning. Police say, though, that the suspect in that shooting there on the east side did stay at the scene. Now, in addition to all of these shootings that I just referenced, a 17-year-old was shot on the east side as well. We're told that police are talking right now to 2 suspects in connection to that shooting. So obviously all of these stories are developing. We're getting updates constantly from police. As we get those, we are going to be sure to pass those along to you right here on Fox 59 throughout the morning. For now, though, reporting live in Speedway, Kyle Inskeep, Fox 59 News.
Well, some awful conditions inside a home where 3 children were living. Investigators said they found a dead rat stashed in a freezer. The parents, 44-year-old Ralph McKinney and 32-year-old Amy McKinney, are now facing 3 counts of child neglect. Investigators were at the home in Randolph County yesterday to question the father about an unrelated case, and that's when they came upon this new problem. They say cockroaches and feces covered the floors. The children, 11, 16, and 17 years old, were all inside. Several animals were also found caged around the property. Randolph County Sheriff Ken Hendrickson calls this one of the worst cases he's seen on the job in 30 years.
It was absolutely horrible inside the house. You know, these parents have chosen to live this way, but these children don't have this choice. And so that's when we have to step in.
Those 3 children are now in the custody of the Department of Child Services. The sheriff tells us that he expects more charges to follow.
In Daleville, 2 people are facing neglect charges for a horrible case of animal hoarding. Steve and Angela Wood both face a neglect of a dependent charge. More than 80 cats were removed from the home earlier this month after an elderly woman living there died. The Woods and their daughter were also living in that home. A crime tracker alert now. A series of car break-ins puts an Indiana State Trooper's handgun in the wrong hands. The thefts took place in Hancock County. Police say at least 15 cars were hit. The suspects mostly got away with small stuff, but they did make off with a personal handgun from a state trooper.
And we're following a developing story this morning. An Indiana family desperately looking for this man, 74-year-old Larry Tucker. You just saw two different pictures of him. He has Alzheimer's. They say he walked away from his senior living facility in Newcastle. The Army vet has been missing now for several days. He disappeared Sunday. His daughters say that Tucker does not have his medication or an ID on him. The family's handing out flyers in hopes that somebody will recognize him and bring him home.
He could be anywhere. Anything could have happened to him. There hasn't been really any good leads yet of where he could be.
The Alzheimer's Association says more than 5 million Americans live with Alzheimer's. 1 in 3 seniors die with some form of dementia. So if you've seen Larry Tucker, call police right away.
Carmel is breaking ground on another roundabout, and that means another intersection is going to be closed for a couple of months. Work will get underway at 116th and Gray Road in just over 2 weeks on August 29th. The intersection will be shut down for 75 days. An official detour will be set up using Hazeldale and Keystone Parkways, along with 96th and Main Streets.
6:08, we have breaking news into the newsroom here from Indiana University. We'll tell you why campus leaders are asking students right now to take shelter.
All right, and it's a bombshell in Brazil. Officials say gold medalist Ryan Lochte and 3 other Olympians lied about being robbed in Rio. What police say they think really happened.
Presidential nominee Donald Trump makes a shocking statement on the campaign trail, what he says he regrets.